Hey, here's a quick video on how you can use the draw.io offline application with StateSmith. Now, you don't actually need to use the StateSmith plugin for anything to work with draw.io, but it's really helpful for especially larger, more nested designs. All right, so first things first, let's open our diagram here. And when we open it, you see there's no StateSmith stuff loaded up here, so you can't double click in to jump in and jump out, all that kind of good stuff. But I'll show you quickly how to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to first download the plugin. And I'm going to showcase some of the new, it's not exactly new, but some of the documentation that I've been putting into the main wiki page here. So if you scroll down on the right and go to draw.io, it has a bunch of information related to draw.io. But what we're going to do here is actually, I'm going to take a quick tangent here. This section is definitely worth reading. File choice, using a built-in image or the actual draw.io XML file, totally worth reading. Highly recommend it. But let's jump to the StateSmith draw.io plugin. So we jump over to here. There's more information just about the plugin itself. So if we click on downloading a release, it walks us through what we need to do. Basically, we go to the releases directory and we look under assets. It might be collapsed. Click on that and you got your file. Okay, so make sure you know where that file is. And then let's jump back to the draw.io application. Now we're going to click on Help, Open Developer Tools, and it might look a little different when it launches. It might look over here. This is all web developer stuff we don't need to worry about. We're going to click on Sources, and yours might look like this, where it says Page, File System. Click on the double arrows. We're going to go to Snippets, and we're going to add a new snippet. Now find where you've downloaded that JavaScript file, copy all the content out of there, and paste it into the snippet. And then save the file. I'm going to rename it as StateSmith with the version in case, I cannot type. In case you wanted to run or experiment with different versions. Save that, and now we've got our snippet, but it hasn't done anything yet. We've got to right click on the snippet, click run. And you'll see some messages here. Don't worry about the bottom one. Couldn't get save action for vscode.save. That's because our StateSmith plugin isn't running in vscode. So yeah, don't worry about that one. Okay, we're good to close that now, and now we've got our StateSmith stuff here. But it's kind of annoying. Our StateSmith stuff is at the bottom down here. If that doesn't bother you, or if you've loaded a lot of others, I can't remember what they're called, palettes down here, you can just search SS. And to bring all the StateSmith shapes up to the top. All right, so now we've got it loaded. We can jump in, we can jump out. Yeah, it's pretty much good to go. You can save, but the one downside is you have to run that snippet every time you open this draw.io application. So let's go do that quickly here. I'm going to relaunch it. Give me a second here. I'll bring it up to my other page, or my other screen. Okay, so it's loaded again. There's no StateSmith goodness here, but this time it's going to be a lot faster. We just go Open Developer Tools. It's already got everything ready. Right click on Run. It's run our snippet, and we're good to go. So a couple clicks, and we've got StateSmith loaded again and good to go. Now we're going to load that one file again. And I wanted to just quickly talk about that one page about how there's different file formats you can use. If we save this file as, instead of an SVG, as the regular XML draw.io file, we'd have to update our code generation scripts because the file name is different. But the handy thing about that is that we can just double click on that file to launch the offline application. Right, so we've saved it as a regular draw.io XML file instead of as the image file. And the big benefit in my mind, well, there's two, and that page talks about it that I referenced earlier. This is an XML file. This is base64 encoded XML. So if you care about git diffs, this is a better file for that. But also, if you're going to be using the offline application, it's really handy to just be able to double click this and have it launch. And of course, it's going to launch on my other monitor. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then developer tools, run the snippet, give it a second, close, and you're good to go. All right, thanks everyone.